About to get started here. And today's starter, David Peterson.
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
Okay, all set to go. And now here's the veteran DH, Max Muncy. Foul ball there. And a pitch. And that one fouled off. The 0-2. Good eye in that spot.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
That misses the zone, and that's ball 3.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And the funky Muncy is stifled by the strikeout.
Well, getting a good look at the pitcher here in the first inning isn't a bad thing. I know he struck out, but you can live with that as long as the other hitters in this lineup can learn something from it.
Now it's Mookie Betts. That one's in there. Strike one. Mookie Betts, of course, the MVP in 2018. Perhaps no player on either team embodies what successful postseason offense looks like than Mookie Betts. A little out front there as he swings through it.
Then he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
High fly ball lifted into air right field. He's got it, and there's 2 away. Here's the Dodgers lineup now.
Batting third.
And singing against the southpaw on the mound. The skipper's loaded this lineup with righty bats.
Certainly following the conventional wisdom here, Boo. That extra split second can make a big difference for a hitter. So these righty batters will need to take advantage and make this tactical move pay off.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. Now a screamer into the outfield. Nimmo puts it away, and that'll do it. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here. Now the Mets offense will go to work for the first time. No score. This is the National League Championship Series on the show. Back here at Citi Field. Today's starting pitcher, Big Tyler Glasnow. How about a scouting report on him?
Well, the hammer is in effect, and he sets it up so nicely because of the velocity on the fastball. Will elevate that and then break you off when he's ahead in the count. What I love about him, you get into the later innings of the ball game, and the velocity seems to go up.
Here's the veteran shortstop, Francisco Lindor. That misses. Ball 1. Just missed. And another ball.
Looks like he thinks that should have been a strike at the top of the zone, but doesn't seem to be too upset. That's just a case where I think he's trying to get a better feel for the umpire's strike zone and what he's going to be calling. That's just a part of pitching.
And a foul ball. And that is out of play. Right side. Edman tosses to first. Lindor retired. The Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. All right, Ziggy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
They're deep, first and foremost, but the way that they can manipulate their personnel for matchups and everything else, it's very intelligent the way that they use their team. And I think it creates a little bit of uncertainty for opposing teams, especially in a big game, big series.
Juan Soto, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. 1 out, base is empty. The 1-1 is fouled off. One and 2 now. That one missed.
2-2 now.
And that one is inside. And that one hammered. That's back there. Feeling for the wall as he makes the catch.
Batting third, first baseman, Pete Alonso.
That's a really nice job right there. Great awareness, making the catch up against the wall. You see the perfect technique, feeling for the wall with the bare hand while keeping his eyes on the baseball as it's coming down, his glove in a good position to make the catch. That's exactly how you do it.
Here's Pete Alonso. That one misses, and that's ball 1. Check swing, and he held up.
Oh, this guy's going to have to slow things down. There's no reason for him to even check swing on that pitch. Was never even close.
2 outs. That one's spoiled, and they count down 2-1. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nothing for the Mets in the first. Second inning coming up from Citi Field. 0-0 here on the show. Game 1 of the NLCS. Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Freddie Freeman. He's a left-handed batter who still comes up with good contact and a good average against left-handed pitchers. Peterson back to work. All right, so you hit lefty. What makes it so hard to face a left-handed pitcher?
Left-handers, they just seem to have different arm angles. So to keep that front shoulder in there and really discipline yourself can be tough sometimes. But the guys that do it well, man, I tip my cap to them every day.
There's a swing and a drive. Nimmo running hard to get it. Couldn't get to it before it dropped foul. The drama always heightened in the postseason, and it leads to some really special moments. And that's outside.
Well, one special postseason memory for me, Boog, was facing Pedro Martinez Game 5 of the ALDS in Oakland. And, man, hit a double off the wall. Great feeling for a guy who would eventually go into the Hall of Fame.
To first, 1 out in second.
Batting fifth, second baseman, Tommy Edman.
Tommy Edman at the plate. That one fouled off. Second inning here, no score. Swing and a pop-up. Foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
You usually are going to see that inside fastball a little longer coming in from the
Catcher,
opposite side, but that pitch really got in on him right there. I mean, that's a well-thrown pitch. Tough to do anything with that in terms of getting the hands through and the sweet spot of the bat to the baseball.
That's a little bit low. 2 outs, base is empty. Next offering is down low. And a count 2-1. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Couldn't have timed it up any better
Batting
than that.
second.
Not much
Third
to this one
baseman,
other than
Alex
just a
Cole.
willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
And up next for Los Angeles, Alex Cole. First pitch misses. Two gone, but the go-ahead run is at first here in Game 1 of the NLCS. Comebacker to the mound. Tosses to first, and that is that. So one hit is all they get. Now to the bottom of the second. No score. Game 1 of the
Leading
National League
off
Championship
with the
Series.
left
Here's the
fielder,
veteran outfielder, Brandon Nimmo. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. Swing and a foul straight back.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
That's ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Hard ground ball, base knock. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
He was all over that one. There's
Batting
nothing
fifth,
cheap about the way he got that one
designated
through the infield. That was
Mark
ripped, cut out in
Vientos.
front, and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it.
And now it's Mark Vientos. Upstairs. 1-0.
This is a hitter who takes his game to another level playing at night.
Glasnow picks to first. And he's back in there. Nimmo on at first. Nobody out. Next offering in there for a strike. And it's a ball and a strike.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Glasnow ready to deal. Squirts away a little bit.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Good zip on that fastball at the bottom of the zone. If he's there all day, it's going to be a tough one for the hitters.
Outside low. Counts full, 3-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Nobody out. Runner at first. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Toughest pitch to hit, fastball on the outer
Batting sixth,
flat.
second
Man, sometimes you
baseman,
just got to tip your cap.
McNeil.
And now here's Jeff McNeil. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Man at first, one away. Here's the pitch. Run around the go. That's in for a strike. Throw, and they got him.
Oh, what an incredible throw right there. He might not have had time to get to his feet and catch that runner. That's an incredible display of arm strength.
Got him. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We played 2 full. We're tied, 0-0. Back here in Queens, on to the 3rd inning. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Kike Hernandez. Tap foul at the plate. Hernandez measures 5 feet 10 inches, 33 years old, and he was born in Puerto Rico. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
And next for L.A., Andy Pajes. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
0-1.
Up the middle, Lindor. In plenty of time to first. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the 3rd.
Up next for the Dodgers, the designated hitter.
And now it's Max Muncy. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. And that is downstairs. Ball 1. Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone. A massive home run. It's 1-0. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Here's Mookie to hit. Flied to right his first time. And a fastball in there for a strike at 91. Turns and fires the bats. Check swing called strike. No balls,
No
2
balls,
strikes.
2 strikes.
2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Swing and a pop up in foul ground. He's got it, and that is out number 3. So the Dodgers strike first on the solo jack. It's now 1-0. You're watching the National League Championship Series on the show. As we go to the last of the 3rd. And here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. Outside low, and it's 1-0. And it's fouled off. Just misses the mark outside the zone.
Just missing off the plate there, according to the umpire. And out there on the mound, maybe trying to get an explanation. Can't say he's convinced, but it looks like he's accepted it.
Line to left. And that'll get down for a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Batting 8th,
Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely. And that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
Ronnie Mauricio now. And he swings and misses at the initial offering.
1-1's the count.
Alvarez aboard here at first with nobody out. Got him swinging. Now here is Tyrone Taylor.
Center fielder, Tyrone Taylor.
That's outside, and that's ball one. And there's a ball.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Tying run is at first here in the last half of the third. And that one sliced foul. Slice to right, and that's a fair ball. Alvarez through second. And that's a double.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Back to the top of the Mets order, and now it's Frankie Lindor. Golden opportunity right here. That's in there, and that is strike one. Second and third, one away. Curveball over for a called strike. That missed by a lot. Now 1-2. Trying to check his swing. Appeal to third. No, he held up. Up the middle, and he knocks it down. The throw is still in time, and they do get the out.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. A nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
And now it's Juan Soto. He's 0 for 1.
It's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion, and he's in full speed.
Fastball for a strike. Second and third, 2 down. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
One ball.
In the dirt. Wow, that's a great job behind the dish there. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. And it's in time for the third out, so that'll end the inning. 2 left on. On to the fourth now in game number 1. It's the Dodgers 1 and the Mets nothing. Start of the fourth,
Leading off
and now
for Los Angeles,
Teoscar
right
Hernandez.
fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
And that's
Nope,
down and
ball
away.
one. Counts 1-0.
In the air, right side. And it falls. Around first, heading for 2. And he's got a leadoff double.
I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
Here is Freddie Freeman. Grounded out his first time up. And a foul ball. That
Ball
one inside. And a count 1-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Now, Tommy Edman just missed.
That's down.
On the ground. The throw wide at first, and both runners are safe.
Looked to me like he got on the side of the ball a little too much right there. Maybe a little too casual as well with the throwing motion. And when you don't stay on top of the ball and really get out front and finish with a good release point, it's very easy to lose control of it to either side.
Runners at the corners here, 1 away. Smith will hit next. And there's a foul ball. Runners at the corners, 1 away. Here in game 1 of the NLCS. That misses off the outside edge.
No, he's not afraid to fall into a 2-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him.
Ouch, that one got him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him.
Now
Alex
third
Cole
baseman,
steps to the
Alex
plate for
Cole.
the Dodgers. Down the middle for a strike. 0-1.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
Yep, that ball went out.
Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. Taylor snags it on the run. He'll score on the sac fly. It's 2-zip.
Well, he'll take the sac fly on the mound right there. Bases loaded. I mean, this is a high-leverage situation. And if you can limit the other team, you're doing pretty good work. See if you can get this next out.
Here's Kike Hernandez. He struck out swinging at his first at-bat. Fouled off left side. That's too low. 1-1. Next offering is fouled back. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. High fly ball out towards left field. Nimmo going back on it. Makes the catch on the edge of the track. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across one. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Mets nothing. And we're back. And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso.
First baseman, Pete Alonso.
It didn't take very long for Alonso to set the home run record here at Citi Field. He passed Lucas Duda for the top spot in June of 2023.
That one's upstairs, ball 1.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
Ripped to short. Throw on to Freeman, and that takes care of Alonso.
Now batting, left fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. 1 for 1 with a single so far. In there, and it's 0-1. The Mets down by a pair. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Fouls one off out of play, back to our left. And that one missing inside a sharp slider. Hangs on to the foul tip. That's a strikeout.
That's a pretty nasty pitch right there. I'd call it a power curveball in the 80s. It's got so much spin on it, and you really don't have a lot of time to sit back and watch what it's going to do before you have to commit. It was a good one for the swinging strikeout.
Now at the plate, Mark Vientos. Struck out swinging his first time. Ball 1 there. Swing and a high fly ball pulled foul, and that's out of play.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
And the next pitch is way outside. And that's downstairs and outside. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. Zoe gets on base and keeps it going.
Now batting, second baseman Jeff McNeil.
Jeff McNeil stands in. Struck out swinging his first time. And that's in there for strike 1. Swing and a line drive ripped out into right center. That's a base hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
Couple of singles back-to-back. A lot of hitters tell themselves, line drive over the infielder's head. That's what I'm trying to do. Just keep that approach simple. And right there, it was perfectly executed. On time with everything and pulled it into the gap nicely.
And now the catcher comes up to him. Francisco Alvarez. A single his first time. Swing and a high fly ball. Deep left field. That's back there. And it hits the base of the wall. One runs in. McNeil headed home. He'll score and they tie it.
Well, this one started with a bad jump, a bad read off of the bat. He ends up having to try to leap out of desperation. Can't come down with it, and it turned into extra bases.
So, runner at second, 2 down. And here is Ronnie Mauricio. Ball 1, no strikes. In the dirt. Runner stays where he is, but the count moves to 2-0. On the inside corner for a strike. In the air to left down the line. Squeezes it, and that is the inning. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. And we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. Game 1 of the NLCS. Here's the center fielder, Andy Pappas. Peterson back to work. Foul ball there.
You know, these Dodgers being a little too patient at the plate in this game. They found themselves behind in the count quite a bit. They're trying to be patient, but it's mostly resulting in outs, not base runners. And you could argue it's making things more difficult at the plate.
And that just misses. Ground ball left side and foul ball. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Got him looking, that's a strikeout.
Up next for the Dodgers.
Here's Max Muncy. He's already homered in this game. And the slider just misses.
Ball 1, no strike.
Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. All tied up, and we're at the top of the 5th. And now the count 1-2 after the swing and the miss.
I think you're sitting off speed there.
No, inside.
Battling here as he fouls it away. The 2-2 on the way. And he can't come up with it. Still manages a throw, and they get the out. Good recovery. Wasn't easy following the misplay.
Talk about being able to dial up the velocity. That first baseman over there might need a little pad inside that first baseman's mitt.
Here's Betts, 0 for 2 in this one. Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. Pulls that one foul.
And because of that big power arm, he's able to play a little bit deeper, make throws from the outfield grass all the way across the diamond, and still get a pretty good runner. That's impressive.
2 down, nobody on. Up the middle. Sends it to first. And Betts is set down. And the Dodgers are set down in order. Dodgers go down quietly, and this game is still tied at 2-2. Game 1 of the National League Championship Series. And stepping in for New York, Tyrone Taylor. The Dodgers bullpen with some action. Shohei Ohtani getting loose out there. Snell getting loose as well. There's the strike.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
So the lineup flips over. Now up to hit Francisco Lindor. He's grounded out a couple of times. The shortstop takes the ball.
Oh, here's a game Lindor will never forget. One night in July of 2023, he went 5 for 5 with a home run, 2 triples, and he scored 3 runs. That stat line is so rare. Only one other player has done it. Guess who? Willie Mays in 1958.
He was late there. Strike 1.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
Lindor swings through that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout.
Now batting, the right
Juan Soto
fielder,
down.
Juan Soto.
A little bit low. And that's ball 1. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Not even close there. Now 2 balls and a strike.
Ball, that's inside.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
Now it's 3-2.
Full count.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Back here at Citi Field, all set for the top of the 6th. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Teoscar Hernandez. And a foul ball. Hernandez measures 6 feet even, 32 years old. He joined the team as a free agent. Tries to hold up, appeal to first, did not go. The 1-1 is fouled off. The 1-2. Up the middle, McNeil. Over to first. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground, nice ground out.
So now it's Freddie Freeman. Outside with a breaking ball. Base is empty, 1 away here in game 1 of the NLCS. And another ball.
No strike.
And that one is lifted in the air. Taylor moving under it. Makes the grab. 2 down.
Now batting, second baseman, Tommy Edman.
And now it's the switch hitting second baseman, Tommy Edman. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
Not sure if he could be in more of a groove. Looks really relaxed. He's retired 7 straight. This guy's feeling it right now.
And a big swing and a miss.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
And that one missing inside a sharp slider. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Swing and a miss. Had him out front for the strikeout. Nothing doing here this half. Heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 coming up. We are tied 2-2. And we've got ourselves a pitching change. Shohei Ohtani.
Now pitching for Los Angeles, number 17, Shohei Ohtani.
3, 4, 5 due up for the home team. Now here is
Pete
Alonso.
Alonso.
Now be careful with this guy. He's got power. He can untie it with one swing. On the ground to third. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still able to fire over.
Well, you can't give him 2 errors on that play, but that's pretty much what it looked like. Tried to stay with it after the bobble, and they might have pulled it off with a good throw, but it's very easy to rush the throw when you don't field it cleanly. A lot of times guys don't have a good grip on it, and I think that was the case right there.
Now the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo, 1 for 2. On the outside corner, it's 0-1. With the go-ahead run at first, here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss, 98 on the gun. Action in the pen down there. Alex Vesia looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Bonda also throwing. Just misses there.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
In the dirt. Save! So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
You know, sometimes it takes a reliever a little time to get comfortable with the mound out there, especially when they come in trying to be nasty with every pitch they throw. Not exactly what they were looking for when they called him in, though. We'll see if he can settle down.
Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. Back there. That skips over the fence, so it's an automatic double. A run comes in on the play.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. So now here's the Mets DH, Mark Vientos. Just missed.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
On the ground to third. Throw on to Freeman. One away, bottom of the sixth.
Now batting, second baseman Jeff McNeil.
Jeff McNeil up now for the Mets. Fastball for a strike.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
A little bit high. And the count 1-2.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
That's to third. And that is out number 2.
Now batting, catcher Francisco Alvarez.
And the batter now, Francisco Alvarez.
Drove it off the wall last time, just missed out on a home run.
Fastball gets the corner at the knees. Nimmo on at second with 2 down. And that is out of play. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Man on second, 2 down. And that's a little bit high. And the count is 1-2.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
The next pitch misses. 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good eye right there. Ronnie Mauricio up next for the Mets. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Swing and a ground ball, and it goes just foul. Swing and a miss, and that is that. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. On to the 7th here in game 1. It's the Mets 3 and the Dodgers 2. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Tyler Rogers.
Now pitching for
These are the
New York
spots
Mets.
relievers really make a
Number
name for themselves.
71.
Late and close.
Tyler
There's not much
Rogers.
margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Leading off for the Dodgers.
And up to the
catcher
plate is Will Smith.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tying run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with 1 swing here.
And there's a strike on the outside corner. Action in the Mets bullpen. Gregory Soto, the lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Looking to get the tying run on base. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Good job to fight that one off. That's
One
way
ball,
outside.
two strikes.
And that is ball one. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Hit weakly on the ground. Throws to first in time. And they get the leadoff hitter in the seventh.
Those
Now
plays
batting,
can be
third
tricky.
baseman,
They're routine,
Alex
but that
Hall.
doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
Now the third baseman, Alex Hall. And the first pitch misses for ball one. And that one fouled off. And that's fouled off. Struck him out swinging. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Up next,
And
for the
Kike
Dodgers,
Hernandez
left fielder,
at the
Kike
plate.
Hernandez.
Jet swing went around. That's strike one.
0-1's the count.
Holding on to a one-run lead here in the late stages of game one. Late on that fastball.
0-2's the count.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. On the ground to the left. Toss to Alonso. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here. They trail it 3-2. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the seventh. Blake Snell.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here.
Number 7.
Got to do his best to keep the score
Blake
right
Snell.
where it is.
And now
Leading
Ronnie
off for the
Mauricio.
Mets, third baseman, Ronnie Mauricio.
Swing and a high fly ball to left. Hernandez makes the grab, one down.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball
Up
game.
next for the Mets, center fielder,
And next for the Mets,
Tyrone
Tyrone Taylor. There's a strike, 95 of that one.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Makes the grab for the second out.
Now, that's
Now
a tough
batting,
play for the infielder,
shortstop,
ranging back into the
Francisco
outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where are you
Lindor.
at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
Two down, bases empty. Now it's the shortstop, Francisco Lindor. Up and in, ball one. Two down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the seventh. And that one fouled off. The shortstop takes the ball.
Ball three.
Juan Soto waiting to hit for the Mets. we'll see another payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Mets 3 and the Dodgers 2. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Gregory Soto.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Leading off,
Andy Papas steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Misses inside. 1-0. Stirring in the bullpen for the Mets. Edwin Diaz, the closer of the staff, is throwing. Helsley, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. Lifted in the air, right center field. Soto going after it. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down.
Up next for the Dodgers, the
Max Muncy
hitter,
at the
Max
dish.
Muncy.
He's already homered here in this one. See the velocity 97 with that fastball. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. Trying to hold a one-run lead here in Game 1 of the NLCS. Checks his swing. Now an appeal to third. No swing. Just held it back there. Swing and a miss. Struck him out of the slider, and there's 2 gone. So the bullpen doing a nice job backing up the effort from their starter.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty excellent pitching out of this staff so far. I mean, they've come in ready to do their job and get outs. They've been pretty tough to get to in this one.
Mookie Betts will make his way to the plate. 0 for 3 in this one. Inside, almost got him. That's towards center. Taylor makes the catch, and that'll do it. Back here in Queens, bottom of the inning. Here's Juan Soto.
Right fielder, Juan Soto.
Snell back to work. And ball 1 to the right fielder. Swing and a liner. Base hit out into right center field. And the leadoff man aboard.
Now batting, first baseman, Pete
And now
Alonso.
it's going to be Pete Alonso. And that misses. And that's ball 1. And another ball. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Missed with a changeup, and the count's full.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
Soto gets his lead at first with nobody out. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, we've seen this recipe cook up a big inning plenty of times. 2 runners on, nobody out, and they're in the heart of their order. It's just a great opportunity to put up a crooked number.
Nimmo now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. And now the count is even. Right through there for a strike. No outs, runners at first and second. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. 1 away.
Now batting.
And now the Mets DH, Mark Vientos. 1 for 3. There's the strike.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
Swinging a foul straight back. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. That misses the zone, and it's 1 and 2.
I don't think he was trying to miss by that much in a 0-2 count. Just tried to overthrow that pitch.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Here's the second baseman, Jeff McNeil. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. That's out to center field. Pajes. And that is that. 2 left for the Mets, and it remains a 3-2 ball game.
Now pitching for the Mets, number 39, Edwin Diaz.
All set to start the 9th in this one. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Teoscar Hernandez. Flips the corner, strike 1. Now one missed. And a swing and a miss. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th.
Well, that right there is what you want to see out of your closer. Come in and close the door, cancel any hope that that opponent has in making some type of comeback in the ball game. Tell you what, that helps him settle in, and that helps everybody else relax a little bit to get these other 2 outs.
Freeman in the box now, takes strike 1.
Establishing both ends of the zone is critical. Most times guys are wanting to get hitters out down, but if you can get them to look up, get a called strike, that's going to make that strike zone a lot bigger.
Hit hard to the ground and up the middle, base hit. And that puts the tying run on base.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
One down, runner at first. Now it's the second baseman, Tommy Edman. That one off the mark, and that's ball one. And another ball.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Check swing called strike. Now 2 balls and a strike.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days. You would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
Trying to close out a 1-run lead here in the late stages of game 1. And delivers outside.
Well, in this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boo.
He fouls it off. We'll do it again. Payoff pitch. Ground ball to the right side. Into the outfield, base hit. And a go-ahead run is on base.
Love how he became a really tough out with 2 strikes right there. Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock. A chance now to even the score and maybe extend this game.
Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Known for his late-inning heroics. He might just be the best hitting catcher in the game today.
Well, Boog, he's so valuable. Does a good job behind the plate, but offensively, he's a middle-of-the-order type of bat, especially when you talk about catchers, and their #1 job is to handle the pitching staff and prevent runs. This guy is able to add runs by producing them. Well, they're applying pressure, quality at bats, quality swings right now, and see this offense doing it one player to the next, showing a lot of fight right now. They're making it difficult for the back end of this bullpen to close out this game.
Now batting, third baseman, Alex Call.
So last chance for the Dodgers. And up next for Los Angeles, Alex Call. Down to their final out, but an opportunity to deliver the tying and maybe even a winning run. Gets the outside corner with that one.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
Swings and misses. 0-2 now.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Diaz, 1 strike away from securing game 1 in the dirt. So the tying run at second. Foul ball still a 1-2 count.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Chop back up the middle. On to first, ball game. And the Mets hold on to win a nail-biter. Stranding the winning run.